Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Hey, in this video I'm going to tell you the number one reason why you should move to Cambodia. If you're on the fence, if you're just thinking about it, there are several good reasons to move here, but I think this is the most important one. And as a reminder, if you like what we do here, we rely on your donations to help us out. So if you want to support the channel, there are links down below for PayPal and Kofi.com. And you won't believe how much each one means to us. I mean, sometimes people will send a donation and they'll say, I wish it could be more. I'm sorry, but I'm like, no, that is perfect. You would not even begin to realize how much every single one helps. So consider that if you want, and don't forget to purchase my books if you're into reading. Those links are down below as well. So there are many reasons why I think Cambodia is a great destination. Cost of living, sure. It's a very inexpensive country to move to live in. Unless something is imported, which has a lot of taxes, which is of course passed on to us, the consumer, most things here are very inexpensive compared to where you are. And that's a big factor for many people, and I get it, and that's great. The weather is another thing. If you're like me, my last 3 years, before I even considered moving to Cambodia, I lived in Michigan. It was miserable. I hated the winters. I cursed my life decisions every day in the winter because it was just I was a miserable old bastard, you know. I just didn't like the cold. I'd rather be hot than the cold. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, the cost of living, the weather. But the number one reason why I think you should consider Cambodia are the people. And I've talked to many expats. Many people that have lived here a lot longer than me, or even not as long as me. And that's the one thing that comes up over and over again. It's about the people. If you're here and you're ever feeling down or a little depressed, go for a walk. Look people in the eye and smile, and you're just going to get it back tenfold. You'll stop and you'll have conversations with complete strangers. They're curious, They're, how long have you been in Cambodia? Oh, 6 years. Oh, a long time. Cambodia is hot. And I'm like, yeah, but I prefer it to the cold, and I don't plan on going back. And they're, oh, you like Cambodia? Yes, I love it. And oh, thank you. Like I just gave them a huge compliment. But I was talking about the country, but they're very proud of their country. And they welcome foreigners with wide open arms. And the generosity here is something that cannot be stated enough, in my opinion. And I've been the recipient of that from the beginning when I first moved here. And I want to give a shout out to a few people. First of all, Kelly's girlfriend. Kelly from Ottoman Asia. He has a girlfriend. She has fed me many times when I wasn't expecting it, wasn't even sure I wanted it. But trust me, when you go over to a house with a local in it, whether it's their home or they're living with someone else, if they are eating, you are going to eat. And I love that. She, and not just Khmer food, like she made me a huge container of pasta and pasta sauce, homemade pasta sauce, spaghetti and pasta sauce, and it was perfectly done, a huge container, when we went to Kelly's going away party a few months ago when he left to go back to the U.S. for a couple months. Oh my God, that was so fantastic. And just about a week ago, me and Sing Lai went over there. Just going over there to visit my buddy Kelly, and we were going to sit down and just bullshit, like old guys like to do for a couple hours. But when it came time for supper time, she called out, "Hey, supper's ready." And I went to get Sing Lai and was like, "Let's get out of here so they can eat in peace." But Kelly was like, "No, she made you a plate." And oh Lord, fried chicken. I had a full thigh and a leg that was perfectly fried and seasoned. It was juicy and delicious, but the fries, she made homemade fries. And I'm going to tell you right now, fries are usually just fries. I love French fries. I do. But they're kind of the same. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. People want to argue about what's the best fast food French fries. I don't get into that. It's like it's fries. Put some ketchup on it, eat it. Yeah, it's good. But these, for only the second time in my entire life, did I eat those fries without any condiments at all, because I did not want the taste of ketchup to interfere with how delicious these fries were. Now, Kelly said she mixes them with some kind of egg wash before she fries them. I don't know what she does, but they were so good, so delicious. I can't even begin to tell you. Like, he offered me ketchup, and I was like, oh, no. Why would you ruin the taste of these French fries? The only other time I felt that way was at a place called Kozak's back home in the United States. It was a little Greek restaurant right across the street from where I lived. And same there. They were made fresh. You could watch them through the window, actually cutting the potatoes in the little machine they had, and battering them up and putting them in a big bag. And oh man, they were great. And I'm going to go ahead and say that these are probably the best French fries I've had in Siem Reap. And I've had a lot of them in different restaurants. They were just fantastic. And she did that without me asking, without any kind of encouragement. It was just like, okay, you're over here, you're going to eat. Because that's the way they operate. And I've had that happen elsewhere also, with a tuk-tuk driver who took me to his house one day, and we were sitting outside talking and having a beer, and all of a sudden his wife brings out a big old plate of pork and a big old plate of rice and a little container of soup or sauce or whatever, and it was delicious. I mean, that's the kind of people you're dealing with here, and not just the tuk-tuk drivers or the people that will smile and try to get you to buy something from them in front of their store. I mean, this is just normal, everyday people who just give generously, even though they're, basically poor. But they want to share. And that is just a fantastic thing. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention a coffee lady. We lived in a place once, and I had to pass by 2 different coffee cafes to get to her little stand. It was actually just a little booth she had attached to a motorbike, and she was set up on a property that wasn't being used because she couldn't afford rent. She wasn't very, very wealthy, but she makes a delicious big iced coffee with condensed milk that was just perfectly done for 75 cents a cup. And I used to go there every day, and one day I was walking, every time she saw me, by the way, and when she saw me walking up, she would be sitting in her chair, and she would just get up and with a big old smile and say, "Oh, you want a coffee today?" And normally I say, yes, I do. But on this particular day, I didn't have any money. I was just walking by, and she did the same thing. She stood up and said, "Do you want a coffee?" And I said, "Can you me and Louie? I don't have any money." And she took her chair that she was sitting on, she put it in front, told me to sit down, and she made me a cup of coffee. Oh, like, she didn't skimp on anything. It was a big size, perfectly done, and she just gave it to me. And the next day when I went there, I was going to get another cup, and I wanted to pay her back, so I tried to give her $5 and told her to keep it. But she was having none of that. She refused the $5. She would only accept 75 cents. It was fantastic. So if you want to know why you should move to Cambodia, the people are the number one reason in my book, and I think you will find the same when you come over here. And that's been my experience. So be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, PayPal, Ko-fi.com. Buy my books. Check out all the other channels that are down there, and you should really enjoy them because they're all fantastic. And from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.